Team Fortress 2 has over 200 unlockable weapons, and over the years there have been quite nice looking unlocks. How many of them are even good is entirely different. I did something similar to my RuneScape videos where I went over some of the coolest items in that game, which I have to say is pretty good video, so even if you don't care for the game, I will recommend giving it a watch. So for this video I want to go over some of the nicest looking unlocks in the game. Obviously I will not include every unlock, as mentioned earlier there are over 200 of them, so consider this as a small peek at them. I also want to mention that this is my opinion, as I think personally this look good. Alright, let's go then. Let's start off with the multi-class unlocks. I love the Freedom Staff, and it's just a simple staff with a golden eagle on it, and it fits really well in many bird team loadouts. The frying pan is simple yet iconic, as you can use it to ear rape your opponents, and the golden variant is so goddamn sexy that if I were to get my own golden pan, I would be a happy man. The stock pistol and its reskin variants are really nice looking, especially Capper, which is a freaking laser pistol, which should you tell enough. For Scout we got his scattergun that is classic yet quite nice looking. It's so nice that I asked my dad to make this wooden prop for me when I was a kid, so you know its spot is here is deserved. I really like Soda Popper too, as it's just a double barrel shotgun with 2 soda cans strapped under it, and I think it's pretty funny. Finger is my favorite out of Scout's secondaries, as I like the blue color and yellow wings it has. Bat Saber is a really cool bat reskin, and while not really a fan of Star Wars, pretty sure those who like it enjoyed this weapon's design too. 10-3 Room Blade is a pretty neat sword, would have been quite cool if it wasn't Boston Basher reskin. Soldier's rocket launchers have always been really cool, but it's quite a shame that only 2 of them are worth using. I really like Liberty Launcher's design, its color is nice, I like how its barrel looks like the Liberty Bell, and would really like this weapon to be more than just a meme. Cowmangler is a cool futuristic launcher, and I love sci-fi weapons. Speaking of sci-fi weapons, Rack the Spicer fits that bill very much, but you won't really want to use it because how much it sucks. Same that Valve seem to hate this unlock, as it looks and sounds nice. Pyro's flamethrowers tend to be basic but have quite nice designs. Like Backburner has that dragon head extension which we all love and hate. Plug is another sci-fi weapon, which is why it's here. Extinguisher is a really cool axe because it looks like Pyro shoved it in a place where sunlight doesn't shine, and Sharpened Volcano Fragment is another case of a cool design but bad weapon in general. I love the stock launcher's look, as it's simple and has the most satisfying sounds. I really like Scottish Resistance because it's a slightly modified sticky launcher. I also like the sticky's appearance more personally. But Demo's nicest weapons tend to be his swords like Satoichi, Glade and the HAH axe. That sadly takes up half of the screen. I really love its evil green, and if it's a strange version it cuts my left kidney and practically blind me, I will totally use it more. Heavy has many nice looking miniguns like the Iron Curtis, a really fancy reskin of the stock which probably would have more use if it had a strange variant, and Hulong Heater is probably the coolest minigun in the game. I really like the dragon on the barrel, the wooden ammo drums look really nice, but this weapon is again an unfortunate case of cool design but bad weapon. Sandwich looks really delicious, and Holiday Punch makes Heavy look all cute and cuddly, but in reality he will most likely wreck your shit. About time we talk about NG's weapons, as I really like his weapon selection. Frontier's Justice is a really cool vintage shotgun with ornamented engravings, and that metal thing it has is pretty cool. Widowmaker easily has the coolest shotgun design in the entire game, and Pumpson would be a really cool weapon too if it did suck harder than Scout Mom with Spy. Wrangler is already pretty silly, but man, Giger Counter is a really cool reskin, as it has this radar screen and emits team colored light. I do wonder how much its strength variance costs. Anyway, his melee weapons are pretty cool, like Gunslinger is a neat robot hand and Jack is a pretty cool French with its more sharp design. Medic's Bloodsucker says the design with syringe gun but only makes it more sci-fi, so instead of shooting normal syringes, you're shooting needles that they are now laced with modern brain rot. Medican is already quite iconic and nice looking, so Crit Creek goes to the same category, as its round thing looks really nice. But to me, Quick Fix will always be my favorite, as it's really the best looking Medican and was featured in the Meet the Medic short as well. I like the Wooperstar Scouts and the backpack looks super nice. It's just a shame that using this Medican will actively make your team hate you. Medic's melees are quite basic, but Uber Sava Vitasaurs are the coolest one, just for that Uber couch. I'm not personally the biggest fan of snipers, but to me, Makina, Shooting Star and Hitman Hitmaker look the best. The previous two are sci-fi weapons, so it's obvious, but I do like Hitman's compact look, its sleek scope and suppressor, and enjoy how quiet this weapon sounds like. I enjoy the simple designs of his SMGs and how they sound, so I can't really pick a favorite between them. I like Cozy Camper as it's a pretty normal backpack which you can use in like Gmod animations where sniper goes hiking or something. Stock revolver for spy has to be my favorite, as I really like the black and white colors it has, the shape and especially how it sounds. It's very beefy. I also happen to own a wooden prop of this weapon, so it definitely has earned its spot in this list. Ambassador is a pretty cool gun too, as it's a fancy revolver with engraved woman in it, which probably explains why spymates are always fixated on this weapon. Stock knife has my favorite look, as it's a pretty basic butterfly knife. Your Eternal Reward is a really nice looking knife with its wooden handle and some engravings on the blade itself. And obviously I hate the sappers, but if a spy uses AP sap, I guess he's pretty cool as Whitley is a funny character. I know I skipped a lot of weapons to keep this video short, but overall it should give you an idea that TF2 weapons are really well designed, but unfortunately the coolest ones tend to suck compared to their most basic counterparts. It would be nice if the game still received balance changes, so the cooler weapons will have more uses, but we'll have to do with what we have currently. If this video does well, there might be a part 2 to include more nice looking weapons, as there's a lot more that I could have included. Be sure to like the video if you want that part 2 and generally want to see more TF2 stuff. Make sure to leave your own talks down below about weapons you agree or disagree on, what you find appealing, and have a nice day.
Not much of a quick draw, are you, partner? Saxon Punch!